Hi family, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Nurse Obi. I am passionate about mental health and addiction recovery. I am a nurse, I am a speaker and an advocate. Today, I want to share something deeply personal. Why I became a mental health and addiction advocate. This story is not just about me, it's about healing, it's about purpose, it's about using pain to build impact. So if you are new here, hit that subscribe button and join me for this empowerment series where we will unpack real life stories, faith based truths, and practical tools to transform how we see mental health and recovery. My journey into mental health wasn't something I planned. Growing up, I saw how emotional pain could silently destroy people, not because they were weak, but because they didn't have a safe place to talk. Yes, I remember while I was growing back home in Nigeria, we had a lot of people that were addicted to a lot of substances like gum, like stuff that are really. Then I didn't really, I wasn't really aware about opioids, but they could get addicted with codeine and some other stuff like that. And literally, they can't even say anything. They cannot even speak. Why? Because just opening their mouth, people stigmatize them, they downgrade them, they look down on them. Later in my nursing school, I realized while we're in nursing school, every time we go to clinicals, they are talking about you taking vital signs, other blood work and all that. But nobody really talk about emotional signs. They only talk about vital signs. They only talk about the physical and biological makeup of that individual, which they can actually rate and score. But they never talk about the mental or emotional signs of that patient. We check for fever, but overlook depression. I began to notice that behind many of my patients, addiction were stories. They were stories of trauma, they were stories of losses, they were stories of silence. And that changed me. That made a footprint in my heart. And I decided to start advocating for addiction. With all the scenarios and everything walking around, everything that was happening around me, that moment led me to purpose, to be a voice for those who feel unseen. I realized that advocacy isn't just about speaking for people, it's about empowering them to speak for themselves. I started educating families and individuals about what addiction and mental illness really are. Not moral failing, but health condition that deserves compassion and deserves care. I saw how faith plays a healing role. God didn't call me to judge, He called me to heal and to restore. So I began this journey combining science and compassion and faith to break stigma surrounding mental health and addiction. Through the years, through many years and all the experiences and all what I've seen, I have learned powerful lessons. I have learned powerful lessons, and I want to share three of them with you today. One of those lessons is one, healing starts with honesty. You have to be honest with yourself. You can't face what you refuse to face. You have to face it, and you gotta be honest. Whether it's anxiety, whether it's burnout or addiction, healing starts with you naming it. You have to give it a name and you have to be honest about it. Number two is community. Community is medicine. They say, can two work together? The Bible says, can two work together except they agree? When two, he said, one chases 1,000, but two chases 10,000. Isolation foils pain. Isolation, again, I said, it foils pain. When you are isolated, you are generating pain. You cannot actually solve your problem all by yourself. You need support system. You need people who will hold you by the hand. You need family. You need church. Yes, the church is a community that can help you. I know many people have been disappointed with the church before, but the truth is, you need community. You also need therapy. You need recovery group. All these groups are crucial for your mental health. We heal in connection. Yes, I say that again. We heal in connection. The third and final one I'll be talking about is faith and therapy works together. Like I said before, the Bible says, can two work together except they be agreed? So faith and therapy works together. You need prayers. When you pray about your situation, it gives you strength. Yes, but therapy gives you strategy. When you go for therapy, it gives you strategy and methodology to act on. Yes, God can use both of them in your healing process. God can use both of them in your healing process. So you don't just pray and leave the therapy. No, or you not just do the therapy and leave the prayer. No, you need both of them to grow. You need both of them to heal. One thing that keeps me going is whenever or every time I see someone find peace again, every time a family learns to talk about addiction with compassion, that is what keeps me going. Whenever they try to express themselves, whenever they talk about their situation and they find peace, it keeps me going. My mission is clear: to educate, to empower, and to encourage people to see mental health as a part of health. I am sent to educate you so you can see mental health as a part of health and not just a moral failing and not just something you impute on yourself. Yes, it's possible you started it by yourself, but over time it became out of control. You started doing it just to survive. I want us to build a community where truth meets love, where people know it's okay not to be okay, where healing is possible with God by our side. Thank you so much for listening to my story. If it touched you, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share this message with someone who needs hope today. Join me next week as we begin this empowerment series where I will share practical strategy to strengthen your mental health one episode at a time. Remember, your story matters, your voice has power, and healing is possible. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next one. Thank you.